Happy 2023, you guys. It is the 1st of January. I'll be completely honest, I woke up this morning, did not feel different. It did not feel like a different year. It did not even feel like a different week because it's not, it's Sunday. It's just crazy how like everybody is making the change of year such a big thing, but in the end it's actually not. It's literally just another day. A lot of people like to see the new year as a fresh start. Personally, I think that every day can be a fresh start. I've never actually done a sit-down video like this before, but I thought that this year I really want to do one and talk to you guys about how we all can make 2023 the best year. Let's make 2023 the year where we actually work more on ourselves, on our mental health, on our physical health, on our well-being, on our friendships, relationships, and on ourselves. But it doesn't have to be within those 365 days. If you need 1,000 days, it's completely fine. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's a work in progress, and that's like the really beautiful thing. Okay, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Personally, I don't have any because I don't really believe in the whole concept of a resolution. Like, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. I want to eat more greens. I want to take a run every single day, because those are kind of like plans, goals, and resolutions that are really easy to miss out on and to not get them done every single day. When you do not get something done, you feel discouraged, you feel sad, and you are unmotivated, and you get unnecessarily unhappy with yourself. And this is not the vibe. This is not the energy that we want to attract in our lives, which is why I personally, for me, I just want to work more on myself and continue what I already started throughout the last year, which is a lot of growth and healing and learning more about myself every single day. I don't really have a definite goal. I just want to chase happiness, and that's like the only thing that I really have planned for the year. Create more content, share more stuff with you guys, and be successful at school. But those are like not really resolutions. Those are just, I think everybody wants to do these, right? Like everybody wants to do well in their field, and whether that may be school or a job. Here's to 2023 being amazing to all of us, hopefully. I also think that you really shouldn't stress yourself too much about the whole concept of New Year's resolutions. Like, a lot of people are like, I don't have New Year's resolutions. Am I bad? Am I lazy? Am I terrible? No, you're not. Don't let people stress you. It's literally just another day, and it's just a new month. It is a new year, but that doesn't change anything besides the date. And you don't have to start now. You don't have to start within the first week of January. Hell, you don't even have to start up until June. You start when you feel like you're ready to start to work on yourself. And if it takes you another 6 months to get there, that's fine. You don't have to start today. You don't have to start tomorrow. Before we fully get into the video, a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Rhino Shield. Rhino Shield produces cases for your phones, for your AirPods, for your Apple Watch, screen protectors, or accessories like the grips to have a better grip onto your phone. Most of you guys who've been here for a while know that I love Rhino Shield. I've been using their phone cases every single day. I've been getting so many questions about this phone case in particular, which, by the way, is compatible with MagSafe. I honestly love the Rhino Shield phone cases. They're really pretty, but they're also at the same time super protective, which I personally really love. Like, I care about protecting my phone because this baby was expensive. For the beginning of the new year, you may want to treat yourself with a new phone case. Maybe you got a new phone for Christmas, or maybe you just feel like changing it up a little, like new year, new me mentality. There's a really good thing about that because Rhino Shield is having an extended Boxing Day sale up until January 6th. Click the link in the info box down below and use my code to save 15% on all Rhino Shield products. Happy shopping, treat yourself, and let's get back into the video. How to become even better and more successful this year. For me, one of the most important things in being more successful, but also being a lot more happy and changing my attitude, is visualization and manifestation. And I like to use vision boards for that. You guys know that. You've seen my vision boards a couple of times. I honestly love them so much. First of all, they look aesthetically pleasing. And second of all, they actually have a meaning behind. If you've never heard of a vision board and the concept of manifestation and visualization, it's pretty much based on the fact that you attract what you see and what you actually believe in. It's all about mindset. It's about taking it as a given that good things will happen to you and that you actually deserve them. Instead of expecting the worst, you are expecting the best. You are expecting exactly what you want to have, and with that energy, you're going to attract it. That's pretty much manifestation. Like when you get a job interview, you don't question getting the job. You pretty much expect to get the job. That's manifestation. It's all about mindset. And with visualization, that can really help with manifestation because it keeps your mind on the things that you want. So with visualization, you would create like a vision board, and within this picture, it is something that you would really want to attract. It's something you would really want to have. It's something you would really want to achieve. It can be for the next month. It can be for the next year. You pretty much look at it every single day, and without even looking at it and being like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I'm getting this. You don't even have to do that, but just just by looking at it, you keep your mind unconsciously focused on the things that you want and that you feel like you would really deserve to get. For creating my vision boards, I like to use Canva. I think it's a free app, and you can also use it on your computer as a web tool. And I just go into Pinterest and I download pictures that really speak to me at the moment. I have a Pinterest board that I called Dream Life. Should I make my Pinterest public? I think it is public. I can share my Pinterest with you guys. I have a board, it's called Dream Life. I save pins there all the time where I'm like, this is like the life that I would want to have. Every once in a while I sit down and I create a vision board. I usually make one for my phone as a lock screen, and then one for my iPad as a lock screen, and one for my laptop. That way I can see it every single day. I always have my phone with me. Even if I'm just checking the time, I'm already looking at the things that I want to have. Like at the moment, this is my vision board. Vision boards are really, really powerful, but at the same time, I also, just the process of creating them, I find them to be very calming, and I like things like that are really aesthetic. That actually brings me a lot of joy. It's like back in the day in art class in school when we had to make collages. I love that. You guys always ask me for book recommendations. The books that I plan on reading this year that are non-fictional, because I'll be completely honest, I'm a fictional kind of girly. I like fictional books. I love romance. Okay, I'm basic like that. I'm a little basic, but it's okay. But every once in a while, I also force myself to read a non-fictional book. I do have so many self-care books and self-help books, and those are the ones that I really want to read, or the ones that I can recommend you to read. This year I started reading The Courage to Be Disliked. I didn't make it very far just yet, but I really want to finish it this month. It is about much more than the title itself suggests. It's not just being okay with not being liked by everybody. It's about the whole mindset and how you attract certain things. Like, this is actually like the whole red line that goes through every and any self-care book. It's always about your mindset. So if you want to read more about these things, I also like Attitude is Everything. It's also relatively small. Personally, I've read The Secret, / I actually listened to it on Audible. Great audiobook. I recommend that to you. And The Secret is really popular, and it's also about manifestation and how you, with your mindset, attract good things in your life. And once you read that book, you know one, you know them all. And this one's really similar. It's about attitude and your mindset. That's like the same thing about all of these books. And then I'm looking forward to reading The Mountain is You. And then I also have this one. It's called 12 Rules for Life, an antidote to chaos. Let's talk about how you can actually become more motivated and more productive, because I feel like this is a question that I'm personally getting all of the time. How can I be more productive? How do I stick to a new habit? How do you manage to wake up early every single day? First of all, I do not. I do not wake up early every single day, and the past 2 weeks I was in full-on holiday mode. I was not waking up early at all, and that's fine. Can't wait to wake up early again though tomorrow morning when I'm going back to school. It's a lie. I'm not excited for that. I think how to be more productive, there are like a few steps towards that, and at the same time I also feel like you cannot really fully generalize the whole thing, because everybody works a little bit differently. Your body works differently, your mind works a little differently, your energy levels are a little bit different. In the end, you will have to find something that works for you personally and not just follow somebody else's routine. I think that is really important. If I want to be really productive during a day, I like to make to-do lists, and you can use an app like Milanote that I've talked about a bunch of times before. You can just use your notes app, just create a to-do list and see what kind of things you actually have going on. If it's a lot, I like to prioritize them and have like priority 1, 2, and 3, like things that really have to get done that day, things that would be really great if they would be getting done that day, and things that could potentially wait. Once I have a to-do list, I like to write out a schedule for my entire day so that I know when I'm going to be doing what. Especially helpful when I'm going to school. I also write out the time that I'm actually at school and I'm going to be busy in class. I also like to use my calendar for planning my days, because I already have all my classes within my calendar, and then I can just add like a gym session to it. And then I know that I have to be in class at 10 a.m. and it takes me half an hour to get to school from my gym. And then I know that I have to leave at 9:30, and I know that my workout and a shower takes me 1.5 hours. That means I should be at the gym at 8 a.m., which means I should probably wake up at 7 a.m. And that's like a backwards kind of scheduling that I like to do a lot of the time. When you do this though, you have to be super realistic with yourself, and you have to be super honest with yourself. We tend to glamorize the amount of time that we need to finish certain things. I used to catch myself being like, oh, I only need 30 minutes to wake up, get dressed, and leave the house, and I don't. I need 1 hour. Be realistic with yourself here, and it's not always about being super fast, getting a lot of things done in a short amount of time. That's another thing that I feel like I've learned when it comes to productivity. It's not about doing 20 things within a day. Even if you do just one thing, you're still being productive. And don't rush yourself and don't compare yourself with others. Do everything in your own path. Know how long you can stay focused. When I'm working, I'm personally always taking breaks. I cannot stay focused for that long. Like, I'm always tempted to do something else. When I feel like the urge is getting too strong to distract myself, this is when I know that for now I really need a break. My personal interval with working is 1 hour working, 15 minutes of a break. Some people like to work for half an hour and take 5 to 10 minutes of a break. You kind of have to figure that out for yourself. You really have to know yourself. You have to know about your own learning abilities. You have to know how much time you actually need and allow yourself to take breaks. Not taking a break is not making you more productive. Point blank period. That's like something you have to know. That's something you have to learn. You have to take a break to be productive, and you have to allow yourself to rest. That is actually something that I really want to work on for the next year. Getting in more sleep and not neglecting my sleep schedule as much, because sleeping is so essential, and getting in a good amount of sleep but also a good quality of sleep is really important for both your mental and physical health. And also, if you want to be more productive, you have to get good rest. If you want to know how to make a habit stick, I would say it's actually really hard in the beginning because you just have to force yourself to do it. Back in the day when I started waking up early, like I did that, it was like a jump into cold water because I did not wake up early before. And then in 2021, just one day randomly, I think it was in February, I was like, hey, what if I wake up at 7:30 every day now? What would happen? And I did that. I just did it. It was really hard the first week. Like the first week, because I was not used to it. I was used to sleeping in. And waking up at 7:30 felt really hard and really challenging. But I just did it and I forced myself to keep on going. That's like the only way to really create a habit. You have to do it every single day, or at whatever interval you want to do it. You have to do it regularly. And even if you do not feel like it, you have to keep on going. If you want to be productive, if you want to create habits, a lot of time people are like, but how do I stay motivated? You do not stay motivated. You have days where you're really pumped and you're happy and you are motivated and excited to go to the gym, to do your work, and then you have days where you feel exactly the opposite way. You have to learn to accommodate to that. Motivation is not always going to be there to fix you. There's going to be certain days where you will not feel motivated, but you still have to push through. I feel like one thing, especially as women, we have to consider it a little bit more though, is when it comes to workouts, because if you feel physically drained, not energized, this is not a lack of motivation. This is your body telling you that it is drained and tired and it needs rest, and that you maybe should not be going to the gym. Especially as a woman, you should not train like a man. Our hormonal cycle is completely different, and we just have phases where it is scientifically proven that we're not as energized and we cannot lift as much weight and all that kind of stuff. And it's completely fine if you, for an entire week, do not feel the strength to work out properly, and then don't force yourself. Like, this is something I find really important. It's such a big misconception. I also said it. You cannot always rely on motivation. You just have to push yourself. And I see so many women on Instagram posting about, I'm on my period, I felt like shit, but I still showed up to the gym. And that's not what I mean when I'm telling you that you cannot rely on motivation. You just have to push yourself through. That's not what we're talking about, okay? Our bodies sometimes are just physically tired and drained, and a workout is not going to do you good. It's going to do more harm than good. Please don't work out when you're really tired. Don't do heavy lifting when you're on your period. It's not an achievement to brag about. I felt really tired and I still pushed myself and I went to the gym. Not during that time. Last but not least, I hope we will all do a lot of growing and healing all together, but also on our own. But I want you guys to remember that growth and healing is not linear, and you will have good days and you will have bad days. Getting to know yourself and admitting your fears, your struggles, your issues. It's gonna take time, and there will be setbacks. Maybe you will reach the half of the year and everything will feel absolutely amazing. You feel like you did so much growth, and then you have this big massive drop. I don't want you to get discouraged by things like that, because that's life and that can happen. Even with mental health, you can do a lot of growing and healing, and you can do a lot of self-reflection, but then you reach a point where everything just crushes and crumbles again. And that is fine. That does not mean that you can't fix yourself. That does not mean that you're a lost cause. You don't have to work on fixing yourself, okay? Like, everybody's like, become that girl, become popular, become perfect. No, it's not about becoming perfect. My personal goal, and what I would want for most of you guys to become more successful in life and just more happy in general, is to learn to love yourself and learn to be on good terms with yourself, admitting your own flaws and insecurities and weaknesses is one of the first things to do that, and to be okay with them. You don't actually have to fix them. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to see a weakness and be like, I have to make myself stronger, unless it's like a thing that really does bother you. But it's okay to have flaws. It's okay to have weaknesses. It's okay to not be liked by everybody. It took me years of learning that. I wanted to be liked by so many people for the longest time in my life. Every year I feel like I've gotten another lesson as to why it is not essential for your life to be liked by everybody, and it's not possible to be liked by everybody. That being said, I think 2023 is going to be an amazing year, and I hope you guys are making the absolute best out of it. But as I already said, it's not just this one year. Many of you guys will hopefully have many more days, weeks, months, and years to come, and you are a work in progress. Not everything can be done within 1 year, and don't limit yourself to 1 year. If you have a goal that is going to take 5 years, start working on it now. Don't restrict yourself to 2023. It's just another year. Today, in 1 year, I'm gonna be sitting here, I'm gonna be like, it doesn't even feel like it's 2024. Can you guys believe that? And I'm gonna be a year older. That's like the worst thing. I hope you guys liked today's video. It's a little bit unusual for me. I feel a little bit weird, not gonna lie, sitting here talking to you guys. But I also liked it. Without any further ado, I wish you guys an amazing start into the year. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. I hope you didn't party too hard. And if you did, rest for a couple of days. Take it easy. Have a great start into the year. I'll see you guys soon.